Hello Dub Nation, it's always a thrill to connect with you, especially as we're about to reveal the latest news that could shape the fate of our beloved Golden State Warriors. But before we dive into this whirlwind of information, let me make a friendly request. Show us some love by clicking the like button to strengthen our bond, and hey, if you are not subscribed yet, join our channel for a thrilling and emotional journey. Don't forget to turn on notifications to stay ahead of the game.
Throughout Klay Thompson's entire career here, where does Golden State go from here now that this duo has been broken up that we kind of thought we'd see forever?
Well, your bae was in mourning yesterday, still is today. The interesting thing about what Steph said to me is he told him to go play basketball. But is Steph going to enjoy playing basketball with this team going forward? Mike Dunleavy is in a real tough spot. You know, Bob Myers really put him in a tough spot. He didn't hit jackpot last year, and it's not hot from Markkanen. It's not hot for DeRozan. I don't know what they're doing. And Brian and I are going to Paris, right? We know what it is, Brian. Training camp starts next week.
Saturday.
Steph, come in with me.
Deals start,
this is where they start talking.
Happening?
They start getting in his ear. So I wonder if that's going to be something that the Warriors, they better get something done before he gets to Vegas.
Team USA is the sort of genesis of many super teams, but I just can't. I could never, ever see Steph out of that uniform. But I've seen stuff before in this league.
Yeah.
He's synonymous, I think, with Golden State, but for so many years, Klay Thompson was as well. The question we've been asking since this move was made, Zach, is what does Golden State need to do, not about keeping Steph Curry, but about keeping him feeling good about the direction of this franchise?
So they're a good team. There's honor in being a good team in the Western Conference. They're not a bad team. They can't rebuild as long as Steph is on the roster, and I agree with Brian. I can't imagine him ever not being a Warrior. Mark mentioned Lauri Markkanen, among others. The decision they're going to have to make, it's the same decision they were making when they were having their little dalliance with Paul George. Can we get somebody in here while keeping enough stuff where it's really worth our while to trade picks, young players, whatever it is? Are we making ourselves good enough to make a leap up the Western Conference? I think that's going to be really, really tough because any team with a player like Markkanen is going to start with Jonathan Kuminga. And that's just going to be a tough pill for Golden State to swallow. He's the gem of the two timelines thing, which mostly kind of failed, but he's the gem of it. And they're going to have to ask themselves, is it worth it? Are we making ourselves good enough to challenge all the juggernauts at the top?
Well, he's getting better each and every year.
Depends on what goes out the door, though. It depends on what goes out the door.
That is true, but that's a guy who fought for his starting spot to be able to play more minutes, and I think it sort of paid off that gamble on himself, and so I think they see that, and that's why you said he's a gem. Now, to the most important thing, to use the grid or not the grid, okay? Once Klay took the pictures off the grid, that means Steph is not going to put you on the grid. But it's all good. It's all love because what Steph said mattered the most, whether it's IG stories or not. What we did will never be done again. That is amazing. This is the best shooting backcourt that we have ever seen. And even these guys, as they are, did you say it was a dalliance?
Dalliance.
They're having a dalliance with their prime, right? In the latter stages of their career, they're still very impressive shooters that I think have found ways where Steph is going to be built around him, and Klay is going to be able to provide a lot of boost with a system that is built around Luka.
Honestly, it's hard to picture the Warriors without Steph and Klay. Klay, of course, agreed to a 3-year, $50 million deal to join the Mavericks. That's according to Woj. And then earlier today, Steph Curry reacted for the first time, saying that I'm gonna miss you, Klay. Even though we won't finish the journey together, what we did will never be done again. Couldn't have imagined a better run with you and Draymond Green. It changed the whole Bay Area. It changed the way the game is played, which is absolutely true. Killer Klay at the center of it all. Thank you for everything. Go enjoy playing basketball and doing what you do. Splash Bros for life, my guy. So that's what Steph Curry had to say about Klay Thompson electing to joining the Dallas Mavericks. But did you happen to hear what his father, Michael Thompson, had to say?
I got wind.
Take a listen.
Not feeling too much in a congratulatory mood right now. Because, obviously it's Klay's decision. It's his life. He's a grown man. So I was hoping, as you can assess, I was hoping and praying he'd finish his career with the Lakers.
So Michael Thompson played 5 seasons with the Lakers. Of course, he does radio color commentary as well. But Zach, as a basketball decision, do you think that Klay made the right choice in electing to go to Dallas?
That depends on what Klay wants. I think Dallas is closer, clearly having just made the finals, to playing championship-level basketball than the Lakers are. I also do wonder if it's been such an intense spotlight in Golden State for so long. Some of the drama there self-created by Draymond Green's, suspensions and all that, but just the attention on that team becoming a supernova global phenomenon. LA would be very similar with LeBron and Bronny and JJ Redick. I do wonder if Klay was like, I can contend for a title and play, not that Dallas is a small market team, but the spotlight just isn't the same. The pressure just isn't the same. There would even be pressure, I think, in being the guy for whom LeBron took the pay cut, if that's how it played out.
And the taxes aren't the same.
That part.
True.
Well, it reminds me of like Ray Allen going to Miami. I think this is a great move for Klay. He's going to get the easiest three-point shots he had since KD and Curry when he played with them in Golden State. And all those, respectfully, P.J. Washington, the threes you had missed in the corner, Klay's going to hit those. Then you go in there like J.J. just got there. Jason Kidd's been there.
Yeah.
Nico's doing a great, great job. And I like the Najee Marshall pickup. I think he's a nice addition to their starting five. I think Klay will fit in great coming off the bench and will have a chance to show that he's still on the top level.
You mentioned some of those missed shots for the Dallas Mavericks in the finals. Shanae, what exactly does Klay alleviate here for Dallas?
Well, if you think about Luka Doncic, he's such a strong gravitational force that he's going to create open shots. Now, the reason why they weren't competitive in the NBA Finals is because his teammates couldn't knock him down. But look at Luka. He's an elite shot creator. He's top 3 in both points and assists. And that's so Raven. Can see it before it happens. Behind your head. Knocks. Oh, nope. Hold it. Did not knock it down. And so now you insert one of the best elite catch and shooters in Klay Thompson, and you can't help off of him. But watch this. That's a small window, and he's able to shoot. So, yes, I think all of those factors mattered. When you think about the big scheme of things, not so much of a spotlight, but look at this number. He's still got it. 219 catch and shoot three-point field goals last season, the second most in the NBA. Do you guys know who was number 1?
Ooh.
Any guesses? Boom, boom, boom. Come on, quick, real quick.
Number 1?
Nope.
Drake?
Nope. Oh, wait. Hey, no, Kendrick Lamar is number 1 on the charts.
Sorry.
It's Steph Curry, his former Splash Bro. So, yeah.
So now that we have the outlook here for Dallas, what do you say we spin the wheel? I'm going to start with you, Mr. Spears. Why don't you come on over here? Take a little spin. Join me. Come on.
No
Man in
whammies.
Black over here.
No whammies.
And let's spin the wheel. You'll have 24 seconds. The outlook of this Western team. You get to pick your own adventure, Mr. Spears.
Oh, wow.
Who do you want to talk about?
Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, I love this.
They're on
Give
the
them some
clock.
love.
24 seconds. Please, Director Kathy, let's go.
They're a dark horse to get DeRozan. I want to see the Kings do something, make some moves, get back to the postseason. The Kings will be back in the postseason next year.
Oh.
They got a move coming soon.
Ooh,
All right.
okay.
About Zach. Who we got?
No bankrupt.
This isn't Monopoly.
I don't know. More fun to pretend I'm on a game.
Jazz.
The Utah Jazz. Producer Condis is hyped.
They're not going to be good, and the decision they have to make is how bad do they want to be ahead of 2 great drafts. I think they're sick of, hey, we're frisky, but we don't want to be frisky, and we end up picking 10th. Lauri Markkanen, the single biggest trade chip, I think, on the semi-market right now. Big decision for the Jazz.
You know when it's a good show, Wendy, is when Zach says the word frisky multiple times. Let's get frisky. Come on, Wendy.
Nobody was better equipped to talk about the Jazz than Zach Lowe. I just want to know that was
or Condis.
Spin the wheel, sir. That was a solid spin.
Nice spin. Very casual.
You don't want us to go over $1, Zach. That's what you were looking for.
Is that the Utah Jazz again? We're not going to run it back. I'm going to give you one more
That
spin.
means you lose.
If it's the Jazz again, this is going to be hilarious.
It's rigged.
It is the Clippers.
I just want you to know that yesterday, Steve Ballmer made $3.3 billion on his Microsoft stock and passed Bill Gates for total net worth. It was not that bad of a day. We need to keep that in mind. Also, they have signed a couple of decent free agents. Derek Jones, Chris Dunn. You know, Kawhi will be back, and they'll be a decent team, and they need to reset their franchise. But I'll bet Steve Ballmer still had a good day yesterday.
All right, Shanae, that was a lovely glass half full outlook. Thank you so much.
Oh, the glass is half full.
Miss Agumake, who matches the wheel.
Oh, do I?
Give it a spin, please.
You know, I want to be Vanna Black. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Oh, is it the Pels?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm very excited about this because I do think the way that they ended the postseason, first of all, was the best thing ever because Zion Williamson finally delivered. He showed up in his best self. He was able to play great level basketball. But getting DeJounte Murray, now that is spicy. To me, to see who is actually going to be one of the best running mates for the foreseeable future for this generational talent, I'm not mad at what's happened down south in the Bayou, okay? Did I hit it? Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was waiting for the buzzer beater. You hit it. All right, one more for the group. Shall we?
Spin it.
It's going to land on the Jazz again.
Oh!
The Los Angeles Lakers.
Finally! Finally!
We never talk about them. Zach Lowe, go ahead.
We just talked about what else you want me to say. Bronny's on the team. They didn't get Klay. They got work to do. The Lakers are a good team in the Western Conference. That's not something to be scoffed at. There's a big gap between one playoff win and great team, and I don't know how they can close it.
What's the next move?
Get somebody in the door. Maybe it's DeRozan. Depends on who's going out the door. I'm not trading Austin Reeves for DeMar DeRozan, I'll tell you that much.